The key divide in American society right now, and the key divide in our politics, is over education levels. And this is not only true in America, it's true in all the countries I've been talking about, what they call the diploma divide. So why would there be this gap, which did not used to exist? It used to be the political divisions were about money. Rich voted Republican, poorer people voted for the Democrats. Now it's highly educated people vote for the Democrats, less educated people vote for the Republicans. And this basic pattern occurs again and again and again all around the world. Why is that? The short answer to me, and the reason a lot of people feel they don't have a chance of possibility in daring explorations, is that the game is rigged. That rich people just have vastly better educational opportunities than poor people. Our sorting society has created a caste system. 3-year-olds who come from a home with parents making over $100,000 a year are twice as likely to attend preschool as poorer kids. By 8th grade, children from affluent families are performing 4 grade levels higher than children from poorer families. Students who grow up in a home making over $200,000 a year have a 1 in 5 chance of scoring a 1400 on their SATs. 1 in 5. For poorer kids, the chances are 1 in 50. At every step of the way, kids from highly educated parents and highly affluent parents have this huge advantage. There's a guy named Daniel Markovits who calculates that if you would add up all the things that affluent parents give to their kids, whether it's private school tuition, oboe practice, soccer practice, travel teams, even trips to museums, trips to Europe, it amounts to a $10 million investment in each kid. And they just soar ahead. And kids whose families can't make that contribution, they fall way behind. And so Markovits makes, to me, the shocking claim, which he's a very careful scholar, is that the educational gap between rich kids and poor kids is now wider than the educational gap between whites and blacks in the era of Jim Crow. That's just a yawning gap. And it has produced a caste society. We don't live in a single society anymore. We live in a society divided by educational levels. In 2003, there was a woman named Annette Lareau, a great sociologist, who studied how children are raised. And she said people from working class backgrounds practice what she called natural growth parenting. Life is hard, let the kids enjoy their childhood. Children from college-educated families practice what she called concerted cultivation, which is how I raised my kids and how a lot of you probably raised your kids. The calendar becomes the central thing on the door, and you're shepherding your kid to sports practices, to oboe practices, to whatever. And you're really investing in your kids so your kid can thrive in the meritocracy. But it has created a vast difference. So college-educated people live very different lives than high school-educated people. The average high school grad in this country lives 8 years shorter than the average college grad. 40% of high school grads are obese compared to 20% of college grads. High school grads are much less likely to marry and twice as likely to get divorced than college grads. 60% of births to women with a high school degree happen out of wedlock. That's a rate 20 times higher than college grads. The opioid death rate for those with a high school degree was 10 deaths per 100,000. 10 deaths per 100,000. For a college degree, it was only 2 deaths per 100,000. And so these are just vast chasms in how we live, how we prosper or don't prosper. And so a lot of people look at that gap and they say the system is rigged.